So the method that I selected is the classroom training method. So the classroom training method is the most familiar training method. It's very useful to transmit information to a large group or of people with a little bit or no knowledge at all. The advantages of the classroom training method are different. First, it's an efficient method for presenting a large body of material to a large group of people, of employees or trainees. Then it's more personal because it's face-to-face training, and it makes it easier to understand and communicate if there is like misunderstanding between the learner and the employees or trainees. It also ensures that everyone gets the same information at the same time. It's also cost effective, so because we don't need especially outsource to make the classroom training. We don't need to pay guest speakers, stuff like that. And then the classroom training method is similar to storytelling. Storytelling are part of it because that's how it works. And then storytelling grabs people's attention more effectively than other type of method. Then the disadvantage of the classroom training method are multiple as well. It can sometimes be only one-way communication, which means that there is not always interaction between the trainer and the trainees. Also, the success of the classroom training method depends on the effectiveness of the lecturer. If the lecturer is good, then the classroom training will be good, and if the lecturer is bad, then the classroom might not be really effective, and people won't pay too much attention. Also, scheduling a classroom session is for a large number of trainees can be difficult, especially if the trainees are placed at different locations. And sometimes employees find this approach of training too boring. So what training goal might be made with the classroom training method? So there is different goals. You need to make sure that the purpose of the training program is clear for the trainees. You need to define the expected training outcome, that there are measurable goals, learners that are expected to be achieved at the end of the program. Then you need to put the condition into consideration. You need to align training objective with business goals. And it's important to write down your training goals using a SMART format. That is a great way to meet the training goals. So SMART format: SMART, S for specific, M for measurable, A for attainable, R for relevant, and T for time bound. Identify the individual or group that will be most appropriate for the training. So the individual or group that will be most appropriate for the classroom training method will be a large group of people or individual that have a little bit of knowledge or not at all about the subject. How much time would you should be allocated for training with this method? So classroom training method allocate for training around like 67 hours average. It can be a minimum of 43 hours, but also a maximum of 141 hours for an average module length of 23 minutes, which is not a lot compared to the time working on it. And then what training resource and material will be necessary for a training method? So for a classroom training method, only a room, like a big room, because it's most of the time large groups. So a big room, like video projectors, a screen so they can show like PowerPoint or whatever they need to show on the screen, and maybe microphone so everyone can hear if it's a big room, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.